early on, you're thinking the way things have been going, you can't help but think, you know, do we have to get somebody up here pretty soon? I mean, what was it, 6 or 7 hits real early, you know, got some double plays, and then after that was like we're used to seeing him, and maybe it was just settling in and getting a couple games under his belt after a long period of time off. But you know, all of a sudden the ball was a little more at the knee. It had more movement, pitched in just enough to keep him off away. They were really sitting away with us all series, and made some adjustments, he and Maxie, along the way. So it was good to see, and when you're going through a period like that, those are the type of guys you expect to do that for you.
To also get the offense to put the 5 runs up in the 4th. How big was that for Kendall to be able to take that momentum and keep it going later on?
Yeah, and then the shutdown inning, quick inning right after that. And that's what you need. You know, the way things have been going for us, you know, you put up a 5 spot, and now all of a sudden if there's some base runners on, you feel like you lose your momentum a little bit. So he had a real quick inning after that, and then just settled in and took that lead and that momentum, and just kept, you know, pitched as well as we've seen him pitch.
Could you talk a little bit about that line drive by Chapman, and then the very next inning, you know, Beckham, he makes a great play on him, and stops the Orioles there from coming back.
Right. He's going to make some plays, and you know, the home run was big for him because he's been trying to lay off some balls off the corners, and they've been calling them. You know, whether or not some of them are strikes, some of them aren't, and you know, then to put together a bat like that, which is at the time the key at bat of the game, which gives us a little distance and gives us a lead, and now, you know, there's a big difference between, you know, with 3 more runs like that at 5-2. So that was a big at bat for him. And then defensively, you're going to be asking me about that a couple times a week about some of the plays he makes over there.
Speaking of the defense, Olsen played that ball, that little dribbler that Seth Smith hit real aggressively.
Right.
Turns it into a double play. What did you think of the way?
Yeah, you don't want to assume anything nowadays with replay. You just go ahead and finish the play no matter what. And that's a heady play because, you know, usually guys pause. The hitter doesn't go anywhere. You just assume that it hit him. So to get it to second quickly, you know, and then get it to first, a double play. At that point in time in the game, that's a big 2 outs for us. So, you know, not only has he swung the bat really well for us, and I don't even know what to say about the home run off Britton. And, you know, for a lefty to do that, I mean, no one's hit a home run off him this year, let alone a lefty. But yes, defensively, offensively, this is why we, you know, make the type of moves we did, so we get a chance to see him full time, and he is impressed right away.
Also, not to continue with the Matt theme, but Matt Joyce also has a nice game for you guys and is able to add on. How important is it for him to be able to add on in those situations? Yeah,
you know, Joyce's, you look at the overall numbers, and, you know, the average maybe not. He's had a really good year for us after a real slow start to put up the type of numbers. I think, what is that, 16 homers for him or whatever now. He's had real solid contact off lefties where I don't just have to pinch hit for him. You know, I hit a home run like that. You know, defensively he does a nice job for us. So, you know, when you can put together bats like that off lefties, it allows you, especially in games that we have a lead, to keep our guys in the game because we have a short bench. So, he, you know, after the first 3-4 weeks or so of the season, he's really been good for us and held down the leadoff spot very well.
Bob, your offense really was able to get things going the second time through the order against Helix.
Right.
Do you attribute that to just seeing him better, or was there an adjustment that they were making?
You know what? He's one of those guys that you kind of almost have to A or B. I mean, you know you're going to see some change-ups, and it's a soft pitch. The lefties, you know you're going to see some cutters in. So you almost have to pick a side or pick a speed. And I think we did that better with him the second time around, and then, you know, started to put a little pressure on him, get some guys on base, and now it's a little tougher to pitch when you're pitching out of the stretch like that.